All right. And without further ado, Alex, I'm going to bring you in just a minute. I'll let you know when you are officially live. But ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, what's up, everybody? You're watching another episode of Live with Wolfman. I'm your host, Jacob Wolfman, and this is a show about all the things that I'm interested in and all the things that you're interested in. We talk about martial arts. Sometimes we talk about video stuff. We talk about some social media stuff. We kind of keep it all focused around martial arts, and usually we're talking about forms or we're talking about tricking or demo team, that kind of thing. And you know what? It's time to switch it up because we are neglecting a huge, huge element of the sport. We're neglecting point fighting. So we got to have an expert on this show that can fill us in and educate us today. And I'm super excited. We got a good turnout today, and I think that's because of my guest. He is the host and creator of Point Fighter Radio, which you may have seen both filling your Facebook feed all the time. Give it up for Alex Reyes. Woo!
Yes, power, baby. Hey,
Power!
power. Yes. Hey, thanks for bringing me on, and congratulations on your show. It's really awesome, and man, thank you for all the hard work you're putting into it, and the sport needs this. So thank you, just from the sport karate world, not just point fighting world, just the whole sport karate world, because we're such a big world, and we need this stuff. We need this stuff. So thanks again, and thanks for bringing me on. I'm ready to talk, baby. Power.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm doing this. I've said it before, but the reason I'm doing this is because the people that tune in and watch the show, they fuel me. They give me the motivation. And as long as you guys keep tuning in and you keep watching, I stay motivated to keep doing this show.
Yes.
I love it. It's a passion project. It's awesome. I have a lot of fun with it. I get to connect with the coolest people through it, and it's just a lot of fun. So, Alex, if you could briefly just kind of tell the people who you are.
Okay, well, I'm Alex Reyes, Point Fighter Radio. It's coming up on its third year anniversary. I'm also the coach of Team WKF. I've had my team since about 1998, right? And it's a fighting team. And I have a school owner, and I also help my father promote the Pan American Internationals. So I'm kind of like I got a lot invested into the martial arts. So that's basically me right there.
Cool, awesome. And tell me a little bit more about like Point Fighter Radio. What's that all about?
Okay, well, Point Fighter Radio, it started out as me and my friend Steve Hart. We're just talking on the phone, karate, and we're always talking about it, like this tournament, that tournament, and like matchups and just how things turns out in strategy. And then we're like, man, imagine if we had a show, a podcast, and we're like talking to other people about this, and we talk to each other, and it'll be cool. And then from there, it just we started a podcast, and then an online show, and then the page, and then it's just kind of like blown up to now we have coverage of tournaments. We promote tournaments. This year I've promoted like 47 events. um
Wow.
you know and I have a lot of new segments, like be the judge, where I put clips on there, of a point, and then people decide who scores. So we hit up on a lot of topics as well. We have a discussion forum, and every week I kind of like post it out there, or I'll use like the page also to put live polls. So we're always, it's a lot of talk. I also like try to highlight the like you're doing, highlighting the players, because this sport, it's kind of like a hobby, and not a lot of people make money off it. Like, you could make money if you're sponsored, you get seminars, you have your own school, you're living the martial arts life. And but for a lot of people, they work 9 to 5. They have to pay their own way. So there's a good Point Fighter Radio on just any media like sport martial arts, and you guys, and even hyper, like you guys, it's great to showcase the competitors, and that just gives motivation. Like you said, it gives you motivation.
Mm-hmm.
It gives competitors motivation when they have people covering them like this. So that's basically was the thought behind it too. Afterwards, is just the pushing, like the superstars. So that's kind of what Point Fighter Radio has become. And then I kind of stopped doing the podcast, and I'm kind of doing the Facebook Live interviews and shows now, which I started a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And you were actually motivated me to get on the ball with that as well, because I have been looking for different platforms throughout the whole year, and just things wouldn't come together. And I finally found one, and now I'm just like pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So
awesome, man.
So it's really exciting. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, thanks for the acknowledgement. I mean,
Yeah.
I was inspired to do this live stuff because honestly, I've been seeing a lot of live videos pop up, and some of them just were horrible. And I was like, I can do this so much better. And like people get so caught up. The people that like to go live, they like to just talk about business all the time, and they're just like, hey, here's how you make money. Here's how you make money. Hustle, hustle, hustle. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
Man, there's so much more to martial arts than making money. There's the whole, why do we do this? Like, what's the passion behind it? So I mean, I'm glad that Point Fighter Radio exists, and I agree. Like, there's got to be more stuff. You remind me of the what's that show? It's called the MMA Hour. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
You're like the MMA Hour for Point Fighters. So I mean, it's a much needed outlet for this world. So I appreciate it.
For sure.
So today, I think we're gonna have some fun on the show. We got. There's so many topics that we can talk about, and so many different elements. And we have a couple talking points that we want to go through. But I thought we should have a little bit of fun to start off the show and play a little game. This is a game that we see all the time on Point Fighter Radio. So everybody that's tuning in from Point Fighter, you guys know the drill. But for everyone else, this is gonna be new. But it's easy. It's fun. It's called You Be the Judge. So I'm gonna play the first clip. I'm gonna load up the first clip here. Alex, just to let you know, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty today.
It's okay.
And I can't, for whatever reason, I cannot get you. When I switch screens and people watch the fight, I can't see your face. I'm going to try to fix it live, but...
That's fine.
It's going to be missing your face. But can you explain to everybody what You Be the Judge is?
Well, actually, that You Be the Judge segment actually started, like, now it's got a whole new meaning to it. Like, I actually started it because I saw, like, a point. I started seeing points, and I'm like, are they crazy? Why would they call that? So I kind of wanted to put the clip of that point. And then when I start putting the points up, I see so many different views on the, on that point. And I'm like, man, it made me realize how differently people see things, and that, there are politics in the sport, right? But and I mean, there is some cheating here and there, but it's very little, like, it's mostly just what people see, and it's just, that's it. Just like in life, you see something different, you can't change your mind. Nobody could change your mind. So that's what this thing has become, kind of like, it's also become a good way to practice judging as well, So it's really good. I mean, I love this segment. I try to do one about once a week, and a lot of times, it's split 50-50. Even on ones that I'm like, man, it's so clear they're going to call this one a point. But then people see something like this one that we just was playing with Raymond Daniels. And
I'm about to cue it up.
Yeah, right?
So let's watch it. Let's watch it real quick. So the rules is how we're going to play it live today. The fighter on the left, which here, before they actually fight, let's establish. Okay. Fighter in black and white. This is Raymond Daniels, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raymond Daniels.
He's gonna be the heart, all right? And then we're gonna do the wow sign for Brian Ruth in the purple. Okay? So if you think that Raymond Daniels gets the call, you drop a heart. If you think Brian Ruth gets it, you drop the wow sign. Okay? You guys ready for this? You guys ready to go? Give me a full thumbs up if you guys are ready to go. Let's go. I need some energy in here. All right.
Let's go.
Power. Here we go. All right, who is it? Now you guys get the satisfaction. You get the instant replay. Judges don't get instant replay. And you get it in slow motion, too. Who got it? Judges call. Judges call. All right, so now there's going to be a couple second delay here. All right, we got a bunch of... I see some hearts.
For those of you guys listening... You see Raymond Daniels kick, but look at Brian Ruth's punch. Did that come first?
I see one. For those of you, it's like 99% hearts. I saw one wow. Watch it again.
Yeah, watch it again. Look at Roof's punch. Then he gets
Oh,
it,
wait,
right?
here it is. Here's the moment. Boom. Okay, so I freeze framed it. I mean, if you freeze frame it, I don't know. I think clearly Raymond Daniels got the power. He did the most
Yeah.
damage, but it's not combat fighting. It's point fighting, right? It's who gets the point first, who hits first. That's the name of the game. So who hit first? Okay, now I'm seeing some. Now that did a freeze frame, I saw people change their minds.
Yeah, you
So
see that?
it's a tough call.
Tough call.
And now I don't know. So do you know what the judges did here?
Yeah, the judges gave it to Raymond, and I think I agree with them because that's just the hardest. That's the shot that sticks out the most. And then when you're seeing it in full speed, fast, you don't see that punch. It just gets eaten up by the kick.
Yeah.
So that kick ended up being a picture and a flyer for the Battle of Atlanta for years too.
Yeah, that's Raymond's signature. He
Yeah.
he did something very similar in a glory match, except he did it the other way. But yeah, all right. So here's another one. Oh, that went really fast. Okay, so on the left side, I'm gonna guess that's
We
Ross.
got Ross Levine.
Okay.
Yeah, Ross Levine, Impex, and then Justin Ortiz on Paul Mitchell. Two
All right.
top fighters as well.
All right. So hearts for Ross in the blue, wows for Justin in the black. Let's watch it. Man, that's so fast. I don't even know. I don't know if you guys can even see this. Who are you gonna give it to?
When I saw that, when I slowed it down, I didn't put it in slow motion, right?
Yeah.
You could see the back fist slapping the helmet. If you look at the back fist, his head moving from getting hit by the helmet. You see the helmet moving too by getting hit with a back fist, and that side kick is pretty. It stops him. So actually, in this video, I don't know who scores, and I asked them both, and they both said that the other person scored. They gave the person to the other person. So
It's interesting.
I don't know who scored. And
right.
in the video, it stops it. It doesn't show the clip of the judges calling. Like the camera goes to another side, so you don't see who scores.
So
What do you guys think out there? Let us know.
It's looking
Vote.
like most people are saying Justin got the point.
Yeah.
Omar says the kick is to the chest, clean hit, punches to the side.
Okay, this is another video now with knockout. I'm not sure if you could find another one with the judges. Unless we're gonna talk about.
No. I have this playlist that's just kind of going.
Yeah.
Let me check my script here.
But it's cool, man. It's cool. These You Be the Judge segments have been so awesome, and like the inside of people and different opinions. It's cool.
I don't think this is the right one. So if I type in "You Be the Judge" on YouTube, will I find?
Let me see. I loaded a few today. I'm not sure if they went up. I tried to load a few. Oh yeah, on Point Fighter. Yeah, if you're on Point Fighter Radio and you type in "You Be the Judge," there's a whole bunch of them.
Here we go.
I got at least 12, 15 in there.
All right,
Yeah.
Let's get some ladies in here. All right, so on the left, is this Gina Thornton?
Yeah.
And then on the right is Morgan Plowden.
Morgan Plowden, yes.
So drop some hearts on the left for Gina, drop some wows for Morgan. Let's go. All right, who was it? What are you going to call?
So blitz or D side, right? Body punch.
So did she make contact there is the question. And then then that kick came in. We're at a bad angle here. That judge that's on the other end of the ring definitely has the better view, and the main judge should have a better view. But based off of this, I'm personally going to vote for Morgan. I think she got that punch in first.
Yeah, there's just a question of where that punch landed, and I forgot about this one. I don't even know where most people voted, but I think it was pretty even as well. But D side versus blitz, that's one that you see a lot in the sport. What do you guys think out there?
So keep voting, guys. So we can see the votes come in. But so far, I'm seeing most of the votes I saw were for Morgan here.
Morgan, yeah, it looks like on the video here now the way it's playing, like, yeah.
But again, like we have this instant replay. Watch it over and over again. If you're a judge, I should do a video once where you see it one time and I don't replay it, and then we'll like that. Yeah. That would be more fair. That'd be more accurate to what the judge's experience.
Be cool. Yeah, that'll be cool.
All right, let's try that one time because it's so easy to hate on the judges when we can watch this stuff over and over and over again and freeze frame it.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this one. All right, here we go. This time I'm going to, as soon as I see the points are called, I'm going to stop the video, and then we're going to go for it. So let's, all right, they're both wearing black, so it's going to be tough. We're going to call the right guy. Who are these people? Do you know?
Yeah, Jason Tankson is on the left, and Matthew Williams is on the right.
Okay.
And this is a kick versus a punch as well.
All right, so we'll just, same story as before. Left side is the heart, right side is the wow. I'm going to rewind the video frame here. All right, ready? And here we go. Boom, that's it. Okay. What happened, guys? Who you got? Left or right? I'm not replaying it this time. I'm waiting for you guys to vote. You saw the results.
Did the kick land before the blitz, or did he smother him and jam him? What do you guys think out there?
All right, we have. It looks like a lot of people are voting. Oh, it's. Oh man, I don't know. It's like a 50-50 here.
Yeah,
I think it's a 50. It's a 50-50. We got some wows and some hearts, and I think the wows are outwinning the hearts. So, the right side? What was his name again?
Matthew Williams from Team KTOC. Let's see them see it over and over and see if they get they change their mind.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm so busy hosting the show, I freaking forgot what happened. All right, so boom. I mean, shoot.
Yeah, it looks like to me maybe that first kick, because I think he throws 2 kicks in there, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, and again, I think it's a case of like this.
Yeah.
Clearly,
look, right, that one. You saw that one? That first kick. If somebody's going to call for the left, there will be that first kick, because he throws a second one that clearly gets jammed, but did that first kick connect?
Yeah. It's so hard. I mean, clearly, again, this is a very similar thing as what we've seen in the other videos. It's like one of the two fighters definitely does more damage, but it doesn't mean they got in there first, which is what matters for this game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's also really important, like just as an offshoot topic, to like really stress that point fighting is a game. It's not, it's not supposed to be real fighting per se. It's based off of a combat sport, but like your goal is to win the game, right?
There's not supposed to be any knockouts in the sport.
Yeah,
I mean, there's punching and kicking. You're fighting, but it's like not supposed to be any contact in the. I mean, the KOs. There's not supposed to be any KOs, so it's supposed to be light contact. But it does happen, when you're throwing kicks and punches, and some people like to call it tag or whatever, but knockouts do happen, and the speed is getting so crazy that it's people are going down. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool sport too, because it's a sport that you could do as a kid. It's safe enough to do as a kid, and it's safe enough to do as in your 50s.
Yeah.
And older. So it's the safest combat sport in the whole world. So
it's true. A lot of people do knock martial arts, saying it's dangerous, but I think if you look at statistically, you're way more likely to get injured playing soccer than martial arts.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna break your legs, have your shins broken, and sprain your ankles. It just has this perception that since you're fighting, like doing combat against each other, that you're gonna always be at a high risk of injury. But you don't see it that often. You do see it sometimes in the black belt of it, like the men's and maybe some of the women's division too. I was thinking of one fight in particular, but there are the knockouts and the heavy hits and
that's true. You never see kids getting knocked out or nothing like that.
Let's talk about that a little bit more. I'm gonna play a knockout here. This should probably draw on more of a crowd. People love knockouts. But
this is Brian Rodriguez from Hayabusa and Venezuela against Tomas. Boom, a rich hand, KO, knocked out.
Let's watch it.
He gets up. Here we go again. Bam.
Yeah.
That's a flash knockout.
Now I gotta say, like it's a clean hit. He wasn't doing anything crazy. The guy just dropped his hands, right?
Yeah, man, and you could see his head bounce off the floor, his arms straighten out. He's clearly knocked out right there. The medics were there and everything. This is an issue right now in the sport that I think we need to talk about is knockouts. And a knockout concussion protocol. Here's another one. Check this out. Boom, kick. That's a pump kick.
Yeah.
People say there's no power in pump kicks. Look at that one.
Yeah, watch it one more time.
Crazy. Yeah. Here we go again. That's Stefan the case.
It looks like he just taps him, but man,
he hit him right in the jaw. Yeah. See, that's the thing about fighting, man. It's like punches and kicks. You're fighting, so and you coming. It's all about timing. So that's crazy. You could get knocked out. I know that blitz kick had a good one of people getting hit as well. People getting hit with some hard shots. So people say it's a game attack, but it usually it is pretty safe, but these things tend to happen. That's Raymond Daniels there. What's that? A spinning kick?
Yeah, spin hook right to the head.
There. Yeah, blitz kick did a great job with this video, editing it.
So here's an accidental elbow. I didn't even see it.
That's Jamie Cravens getting elbowed, I think. Yeah.
Oh, right in the face. I see his head knocked back.
Oh, that's Raymond. The next one is going to be, you could see the elbow. The next one's Raymond against Ross, a young Ross. Lands a spinning kick.
Man, these two have had so many battles over the years.
They have. Imagine getting in the ring with Raymond and point fighting.
No thanks.
And you have that mentality of like, oh, this is just points.
Right. Oh no, that's true. I mean, the rule is based off points, but the actual what happens in these divisions. Yeah. I mean, I'd still argue that there is some level of self-control going on here. They're not out to kill each other. But they're just so freaking strong and powerful and martial artists that
most are not intentional knockouts. They're just like, it's just at the right spot, sweet spots, that you just can't. They hit right on the button, so it's not intentional.
Yeah,
knockouts trying to kill each other type thing. Yeah.
All right. So this is Diamond Nationals. I can tell just based on the surroundings. Oh.
Oof. Wow, that was a hard one. I can't tell who that is.
Boom. Okay, So it's interesting here. I guess you just get caught in the heat of the moment, but like that guy jacked him in the face. Just bam.
Boom. That was hard. That was with bad intentions.
Yeah. That was not necessary.
He brought that punch back and just boom.
Yeah. He loaded that thing.
Yeah.
Is that Sammy?
Sammy Vasquez.
Yeah. You got to watch out for Sammy. I would not ever want to spar him.
Guy.
Yeah.
Sammy Vasquez, forms and weapons he used to fight awesome.
Yeah.
Against the spin, against Jose Vitong. That's a Gators. That's my dad there judging in the middle. And Greenhaw over there. It's funny. Nasty spin kick.
Yeah, I would not want to ever fight that guy.
Boom, that's a defensive side kick.
Oh.
Ooh.
Just stuck it.
Jeff Gallimore and Greg Bedlock. Greg Bedlock got dropped there on that.
Yeah.
One.
And that's a case of like you're trying too hard, like you're trying to do I guess a blitz with just a reverse punch, like a diving reverse punch, and left himself wide open.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That wasn't even a hard kick. He just ran into it.
He just ran into it. Yeah, it looks like he might even got in the throat or something. I don't know.
That had to been in the chin for him to go down like that.
Okay.
His knees buckle. Look at his knee buckle.
Yeah.
Boom. Right in the chin. The craziest part about this is they're letting fighters, our athletes, the people we care about, continue fighting, and there should be a protocol, where you don't let these guys fight. That's what I'm trying to raise awareness on. Boom, that's another one there. That's a set bad intention knockout right there too.
Yeah.
He set back, wind it up, and boom.
This looks like the same tournament as earlier in this video footage.
Wow, they were hitting hard there.
Yeah. I wonder if this is the Diamond National Super Fights.
Yeah, it could have been.
It could have been. Which that's different than point fighting.
Yeah. Super fights were asking you to hit harder.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that's what's going on here because it's pretty rare to see this stuff.
Yeah. Those two were from that for sure. Okay, this is Twin Towers. Oh no, Capitol Classic. It looks like. Yeah, that's the two girls going at it there. I think that's Joycey Blanco with a ridge hand to the neck. Wow, that's a hard one right there.
Dang. One more time. One more time. Right.
The girls with some power.
She got it rocked in the face. Defense is
And then
down. Ridge hand to finish it.
boom, that's nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you had any say on like how to structure the rules to make it safer with the knockouts and stuff, what would you do differently? Because I don't think there's much you can do as far as like changing how the fight
Can't let them
operates.
keep fighting. I mean, at the U.S. Open, Damon Gilbert was pissed off at me and the Paul Mitchell guys because Tomas got knocked out. So I'm trying to talk to the medics to get him not to fight, and they're trying to convince the medics to keep fighting. I'm like, your fighter could keep fighting, and once the thing about concussions, and I ain't a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I know that my brother, he fought MMA, kickboxing, and he got knocked out, right? And I know that when you get a knockout, any type of knockout, flash knockout, where you just come and you stand up right away, any type of concussion, you're not even supposed to run or jog for 30 days, not even exercise, because your brain is not supposed to bounce around in your brain, so what's happening, it's more knockouts are happening, I get it now more in the sport, and you know it's somebody's gonna get really injured, somebody's gonna get hurt,
Yeah.
you know so that's my concern, for the safety of the guys. And if you go down, I've been knocked out before, I want to keep fighting, but at the same time, I remember not remembering what happened to me. And that's what happens. If a fighter automatically tells you, yo, I don't remember what happened, what I get hit with, they shouldn't be fighting. And that's happening. And they're still being allowed to fight. And they could get hurt even more. You know what I mean? So I
So
would like to raise awareness on this. I was talking to Alex Lane, which is a member of Paul Mitchell,
mm-hmm.
Gator Nationals, and he actually is working on something for that, where there could be a concussion protocol for 18 years old to like 52. So that's something that will be great if it happens, but where you just get asked a series of questions. I'm sure there's a program out there. I heard that it's a program that they use in football,
Yeah.
like other sports. Just a series of questions on a tablet, and based on your answers, bam, you're not allowed to fight, or you pass or you fail. We need to do something, because a medic would have to be the one that runs the test, not just a normal person as well. But we need something to happen. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times the medics are not even ringside,
Sure.
so they don't see it happening. They just come over and they see the guy got knocked down, and they didn't see the knockout themselves live. So, the guy's saying they're okay. The coaches are saying do it, and go, come on, keep fighting, and then something bad could happen. So
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I'm
thing.
trying to think about like other similar sports, kickboxing or regular boxing with just the hands, or MMA, and like how they deal with the knockout situation. Um,
Yeah, if in football, if they see a player go down, they're done for 2 or 3 weeks.
yeah, it's
You know,
true. That's a
so
new thing though.
yeah.
That's in the past couple of years.
And in boxing, like I said, my brother got knocked out in a MMA match, and they gave him 30 days without even running. So that's by the boxing commission.
Yeah.
You know, so if you get knocked out, they give you time. Now in boxing, it's different. But see, boxing is where you have the most scrambled brains out there. Uh, you know what I'm
What are
saying?
you talking about? Mike Tyson's
Where,
a very intelligent human being.
like, look, you get knocked down, right? And you got a standing 8 count. You come up, you got to get knocked down 3 times. That's
Right.
like box in MMA is safer than boxing, because in MMA you get hit, right?
Right.
And that's it. Once they see you're not defending yourself, you're knocked out, it's over. So they protect you. They don't keep the punishment going,
Yeah.
But that's why you have a lot of these boxers and football players. Now they got that whole thing going on with I forgot what it's called, PT something, right? Where there's even a movie about it with Will Smith,
Yeah. The
and like
brain
you
disorder.
got you got players committing suicide,
Yeah.
Junior Seau, and it's just from the constant banging of the head. Like point fighting, you don't have that as much because you're not, at football, you're banging your head to every
Every
play.
play. Yeah,
But
yeah.
but still, something needs to be done because you never know. It could happen one day, and
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm a
but
coach. I'm watching my fighter, and he got embarrassed with some spinning hook kick to the head, and he got knocked down. But he was able to get back up right away. I mean, who's gonna say that my fighter has a concussion versus they just got rocked, and now they're up and they're okay. They're still conscious. They're still moving. Like, where's the line here of like? How can you say my fighter can't fight?
If they got knocked out, but if you saw the fighter get knocked out,
like
right?
What's knocked out though? Like, I mean, clearly there's a knockout. Like, you're laying on the floor, you're not getting up for 10 seconds.
Once you see the knees buckle and the head bouncing off the floor, that's one thing is to get hit and you go down, and but you're not, you don't have, your knees don't buckle, you're not knocked out. A lot of times, if the fighter can't remember, that's because I've had fighters get knocked out that I'm coaching, and if they don't know what happened, then I pull them out. That's it. If they don't know what happened, like if they get rocked and it's a hard shot and they go down, that's not a.
It should, I mean, first and foremost, it should be your coach should be the one that pulls the trigger first. I mean, if they're a really good coach and they care about your health. But it is. I do see.
For me as a coach, if it looks anything like a knockdown, even if later on I'll be like, okay, I shouldn't have. I'm gonna stop it either way, just to know that I was, that, I did my best for him to be safe, even though he's mad at me, and that's happened to me before. I've had a fighter get mad at me, 2 fighters get mad at me, but I was like, hey, sorry, man, that's it.
But fighting. You see that too all the time. You'll see MMA fighters get pounded into the ground and they're clearly losing, and then they get mad at the ref, they get mad at everybody because they're not technically unconscious, even though like they weren't winning the fight. The adrenaline's rushing, and like you see things differently and stuff. But
see, we need more awareness. Like, what is a knockout? What is a concussion? See, where it's like still confusion on that. I'm just doing it based on, I'm not a doctor, I'm doing it based on what I've seen and heard. So I'm just taking the extreme approach of anything that looks like a knockout or knockdown, I'm stopping. I don't want you to continue. But we need more awareness and more education on it,
Yeah, it's tough. Education is key. It's not just that's the thing too, is just having more educated all around between the competitors and the tournament promoters and the judges themselves, because everybody's kind of at their own level. There's not much in terms of standards,
Yeah, man. Because look,
tough.
Somebody could go down really bad one day, and it's gonna be public news. It'll be on the news. The sport could get pretty much shut down or get ran by the boxing commission, and I don't want that to happen. Right now, I know in Canada, point fighting has to be ran by the boxing commission. And it's making harder for promoters to promote because it costs like $40,000 just in insurance to get it there. So it could kill the sport or make it like less available for us if that was to happen. So we need to do something now that we can and fix it ourselves.
Yeah.
The problem that I think exists.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't care about the health of the fighters. If you care about the finances, dang, like you better have some insurance policies or something to keep these fighters safe. Something.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. Well, I wanted to. Speaking of ground and pound and beating the crap out of people, earlier in the show, I was mentioning how Point Fighter is just a game of tag, quote unquote, and the goal is just to get a point in there. But that doesn't mean that just because the game is point fighting that you can't fight. And so I wanted to kind of switch topics and start talking about some of these point fighters that have taken their skill set and excelled in the other combat sports.
Yes.
So you gave me a couple players that you wanted to showcase. So I'm going to switch it up here. We're going to start off with the biggest name out there in MMA for point fighters right now.
Raymond.
For MMA, not for kickboxing. We'll get to the GOAT. We'll get to the real deal.
They're pretty big.
I think Sage is bigger right now.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, depends on what circles you're in. But from
He's
the
the
main,
guy that did forms too, right?
yeah.
He did.
Actually, I knew him as a forms guy. I didn't know him as a fighter, but
That's
he did
crazy.
everything.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen his forms?
Yeah, I have. I've seen his
Yeah,
forms.
his
Yeah,
super grands. He's doing butterfly twists, flash kicks, all that kind of stuff.
yeah, bro. He's awesome.
Yeah. So let's
So
watch a little Sage North cut here.
here we go.
We're not going
Yeah,
to listen to the audio, so whatever Dana White's
yeah.
got to say, you can see. He's got that
Boom.
tricking going on.
That's that flip. That's him as a kid. Yeah. His sister's bad too. Bad
Yeah.
woman too. Good.
There's the average kid's living room that competes on NASCAR. Yeah. So
Wow.
what are some of the qualities that you see that make point fighting
Yeah,
dangerous?
the thing the thing that's happening now, point fighting is getting respect in the full contact world because of these guys, Sage and Michael Page, Raymond Daniels, and others. They're getting more respect, and fighters are hiring point fighters like Tyrone Woodley
Mm-hmm.
hired Avery Plowden, Beta Benwali. He hired other people to teach them the footwork and the timing. George St. Pierre, there's a video out there of him bouncing and faking like a point fighter. He's got a fight coming up. So point fight, Joe Rogan. There's a video out there of Joe Rogan talking about point fighting and the ability of going in and out. Look at that side kick. You never see side kicks in MMA.
Which I think
There
is
you
crazy.
stage. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of like Joe Rogan said, MMA is still evolving, and that point fighting is gonna be that next wave, that comes in there. And I'm even talking to some local MMA guys down here in Miami that are MMA fighters to work in with that. And I think that could be the next step for the point fighters. They're opening these doors for us. So
Yeah.
it's really cool to see them having success, and that's why I push so hard and I try to back them up. Like, man, it's awesome that they're the ones opening the doors for us, because before that we're not respected, and we're getting respect now from all the other fighting disciplines where we weren't before. And it's awesome. I think it's gonna open many doors where a lot of teams are gonna have fight camps, and they're gonna have point fighting fight camps. They're gonna have their boxing, their wrestling, their jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
They're gonna have point fighting as well. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
I think the thing that stands out for point fighters that sets them above other competitors, it gives them the edge, is they got timing, and they have a way of movement that, unless you're also a point fighter, you don't know how to handle it, because they move, they bob and they weave and they kind of dance around it in a way that's
Yeah.
not the not traditional like Muay Thai, like
Yeah.
dukes up kind of marching forward, marching backward kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the timing. I mean, you can't just be a point fighter and think you're gonna win with point fighting and jiu-jitsu. You have to have the Muay Thai and the other boxing and all that stuff in there as well. You know, um, you
Yeah.
have to check the legs and sprawl, all that stuff. It's just a tool that it could be in there, added in there. For if you're fighting for an MMA or full contact. But yeah, Raymond Daniels just won the Bellator title. He's fighting awesome. His Muay Thai is getting way better
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
He was throwing them knee strikes and everything. This guy Raymond's incredible because he's like in his later 30s, I think. Or
Yeah, I think he's like 37-ish. I think. Don't
yeah,
quote me
man.
on that.
Yeah, he probably is because he popped his Achilles like at 34, and that was like years ago already. So that's crazy that he came back and just is doing what he's doing. And
Yeah.
he's he's put point fighting up there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I had the honor a couple of years ago, or about a year and a half ago. I got to make a highlight reel for him, and
Nice.
it was just badass because I had to go through all of his footage and I had to find all of his highlights and put them together. And there's like one announcer that really stuck out. It's called the walking human highlight reel. Like everything he does, he just makes a show out of it.
Yeah.
He'll not only beat you in competition, but he'll embarrass you.
Fun. He's fun to watch.
He's super fun to watch, and I think that's also, whether we like to admit it or not, I think there's a big element in sports in general, not just fighting, but any sport. At the end of the day, it's kind of a form of entertainment, and if you have that showmanship, it really
Yeah.
adds a lot. Like,
Yeah, it does.
not only
Yeah.
does it get in your competitors' heads, but
Yeah.
you're more likely going to, because you're going to attract eyeballs. You're going to create more fans, which means you're going to get more sponsors, which means you can do more with your art if you find a way to sell your show.
Exactly. It's true. We do need more entertainment.
Yeah.
We do need more entertainment.
It's
I remember when I was fighting, me and my brother will come out there with like our face painted and like being the bad guys. Like we need more of that in the sport as well too. We need more entertaining people.
I want to see that. I want to see you guys all dress up as like warriors and get the.
We need more characters.
That would be hilarious.
We need more characters.
Yes, we do. We need more characters. Speaking of characters, I got another. We got a request in the comments here for a character. Let's see if he's in my. He's not in my playlist, but that's okay. You told me to play him. I just don't have it right now. Michael Page.
Oh yeah, dude. He just won in boxing.
Yeah. Oh, let's watch that first.
Yeah.
This is probably the video.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So you were telling me, I watched this the other day, but you were telling me how he won boxing with point fighting techniques.
Look at that. Hands down.
Yeah. The boxer doesn't know.
Fake. Look, he's doing the fake, and then he's blitzing in pretty much. I mean, that punch isn't a blitz; it's a hard cross.
Right.
But the setup with the fake.
Yeah.
That's how he usually does that when he was point fighting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the boxer has no idea because boxing, it's they call it the sweet science, right?
Look at his hands.
That's
and
not
his
sweet.
Shoulders.
That's not sweet science. Boxers are like, what do you do? I don't know what to do with that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's see how it goes. If he continues to keep fighting, he'll have to keep improving the boxing. But that was pretty cool right there. Him having success there, and he's had success in MMA, and I'm not sure kickboxing, but
all right, I gotta play this one video here.
Dude. Yeah,
I think this is the one.
The head crush. Yeah.
Well, it's not just that, but this is talking about the sportsman, or not the sportsman. This is not sportsmanship. The showmanship.
Oh yeah, the Pokemon. Yeah. That was cool. Yeah.
It's evil, but it's hilarious. Yeah. It's hilarious. I would hate that guy forever if I was on the other end of that. But yeah, he ruined that guy. I saw like X-rays. Like his skull was dented.
His skull was dented.
Yeah, he crushed him. I don't know if that guy could ever fight again. I don't know. I mean, I didn't follow up, but maybe you can repair a crushed skull. But I don't know. That's pretty severe.
This is the best part right there.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
He did that perfect. I wonder how many times he practiced that in his mind.
Yeah, in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's look. I want to show you forget the Pokeball for a second. I want to show the. Are they gonna show the aftermath? Yeah. Look at.
Oh yeah.
Look at like that's his X-ray here. It's just demolished. You can see.
Wow.
A dent in his forehead.
Yeah, you can't fix that, right? Or I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to see his after picture.
You gotta go and like blow it back. No, I'm just being mean. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect any fighters. Don't kick my ass, fighters.
Okay, for real. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Wow. They say the hardest part of your head is the front, though. So like it won't get to the brain. I think. I think he didn't. He was fine as far as like any concussions or anything. Which is crazy.
Still, yeah. Pretty incredible. Perfect shot. Soft spot of the skull. I don't think that's the soft spot. It's the hard spot of the skull.
Yeah, the hard spot, right? It's
the
hard spot. The front is the hard part, I think, right? Yeah.
Hold on, let me. Yeah. That's the part you headbutt people with.
Yeah, that's the part you headbutt people with. Yeah.
Dang. So. Let me go back to my list here. So
that one with Joe Rogan is the one I think he's talking about point fighting, I think.
This one here? Sure. Yeah, I don't have the audio playing, so it's not really worth listening to.
Yeah, that's cool.
But if you guys want to go check it out, go Joe Rogan Point Fighter. And yeah, he gives a little shout out to Raymond Daniels and
it's pretty cool.
Other fighters out there. I want to watch some more Raymond Daniels here. we watched a little bit of highlights of him fighting. I want to see. Duke Rufus called this the Michael Jordan kick of martial arts.
Yeah, that is it right there. That's like, man, that's such a cool kick right there. He set it up perfectly too. Like,
all right, this is gonna take way too long to find. I got another way of finding it. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna transition so you can't see my. Oh, good, you can't see my screen.
a lot of people have seen that knockout, and like point fighters, you knew it was coming. But it's crazy if you're not used to fighting a guy like that. If you're not used to that kick, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You don't see it coming at all, you know.
Yeah.
But point fighter side, he's like, he's setting it up. Here it comes, boom.
You know, the thing is though, to be fair for the other guy, it was kind of like, you know, in Street Fighter or Tekken, and the guy's like doing this, and then the voiceover's like, finish him. That was his finisher move. Like, that guy had nothing left. He was hardly standing, so he was able to get in that shot.
Raymond finished him.
So this is
Raymond finished him.
This is actually the edit that I made for him, without the sound, but it's got all his highlights in there, so it's just perfect plug for me, and we can watch a little Raymond too.
No, I seen this video. A great edit right there. That's awesome. That's
Thanks.
a good video.
We made it really fast. We went in like an hour. I was like, you got 50 minutes. Let's do it, and just bust some combos. Let's go. And then he had to go about his day, and then he gave me some clips, and yeah, we put it together real fast. I was pretty proud of it though.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, he's amazing, and I actually miss him in the sport, man. His last fight was at the Irish Open. And he's concentrating on the kickboxing, but the sport needs him.
Yeah.
And we need somebody exciting. I mean, we need to not needs him, but we miss him. But we need somebody exciting like that to come out.
You'll see him again in the sport. He's got too much juice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and one of the things before we go into the highlights that it just kind of sucks a little bit is that you know, you get to Raymond Daniels' level, and like the next step is to leave the sport. You know, it's like you can't stay in it and keep like building your career within it. There's always that higher level.
I mean, he's been kickboxing for a while. I mean, it's actually because it is two different types of fighting.
Yeah.
But he did do it for a long time. I think that the reason why he just stopped is because that's it. He just is done. You know, because he was kickboxing and point fighting for a long time, but this one was for the title, so maybe he did stop for now that he knew it was going for a title. But he's been fighting in Glory and WCL and all that for years while he's point fighting. But it's pretty amazing because that's two different things. I know people that have done it, and it's hard to change. You know, it's a switch.
You gotta switch how you move.
Like Ross Levine is doing it now too. He's fighting Muay Thai. And it's crazy because Raymond's style is the same as in point fighting, right? Like he's still
it's very similar,
right? But Ross, he's fighting totally different than he point fights. He has them Muay Thai traditional stance, you know. So that's probably harder to learn like that. But he's learning from scratch. He's coming like a different route to it. Like he's amateur and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
it's a different.
It's pretty cool, but he's still point fighting as well. But see, they're special. These guys are special. It's hard to do both at the same time. You know, it's really hard to do both because when you're doing full contact and you go to these gyms, a lot of times they want you to not have that bounce and that, you know. They get mad at you.
Well, they don't know what it is, so they try to get it out of you thinking that it's wrong, right?
Yeah. There's still people that aren't like they're not into that hype yet, but with the points, but they'll try to change you. So. You know, that's how that goes.
Awesome. So anybody in the comments, if you guys got requests, you want to see some fights, you want to talk about some topics, I've been kind of neglecting you a little bit today in the comments, but if you got stuff to say, like, awesome, just drop it in here. So Alex,
we're just talking like crazy. We've been talking and talking. It's been fun watching these video clips too.
I know, man. It goes, like I said, every episode it just screams through real fast. So
Yeah.
so I want to hear
Yeah.
your thoughts on kind of the future, the next steps. I mean, obviously we're talking about a little bit more player safety, watching out for concussions, but in general, like where do you see point fighting? Where do you see it going? What can we do to improve the point fighting side of sport martial arts?
Um, well, I think we need to clean it up a little bit. Um, like rules, like I know you had asked me at Diamonds or what happened at Diamonds.
Oh yeah,
Too much confusion with the rules. The rules need to be set in place. You can have a website have one rules and another book. A book of rules there that that's over the rules on the website. It just can't happen. And then
yeah. So for
is
those
that
for people that are tuning
yeah,
in don't know what that is, just to recap, what happened is basically NASCA.com has the rules laid out, but those aren't the official rules anymore. There's been updates, but nobody knows what they are except tournament promoters who have a secret book that only they have access to. So the
yeah,
competitors are left in the dark, and they don't know some of the updated rules, which is totally, um, in my view, is totally unacceptable. I mean, how many
yeah,
thousands of dollars not only are competitors spending to get to your tournament, but are you making off of all of these competitors? And you can't do something as simple as update a website in 2017. It's
yeah,
pretty weak.
yeah. Get updated.
Pretty
And
weak.
it's just too many rules sometimes. Like there's rules for team fighting, there's rules for grants, there's rules for individual. Just make one set of rules that way there's no confusion.
Yeah.
That, and I guess maybe have uniform judges, make things a little bit more professional.
Mm.
You know, I think that the sport has a lot of people right now in it from all over the world. There's so many organizations. It's just coming and getting it together to try to get that sponsorships. More sponsorships, and you know, now with social media, you know, the sky's the limit. I think.
Yeah.
I think that get it could get big. There's room for sport karate in the world, and making it grow. And I think it is growing. So it's an exciting time. There's more sponsored teams than ever right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's gear companies sponsoring teams, and a lot of gear companies, and just it's a good time. I think it's a good time. I see the sport growing more and more. There's just so many. It's just spread out so many places.
Yeah.
But if you put it all together, like it's huge.
I had an episode a few weeks ago that if you guys want to check out, specifically talking about sponsorship, and I dropped this concept on the
Yeah.
people just aren't thinking about. I'm just going to recap it real quick because I think it really applies to a lot of people that are going to be listening to the show and they want to get sponsored, or maybe they're already on a sponsored team but they want more. Because right now the most you're going to get out of sponsorship is like you'll get your tournament paid for, maybe you'll get a hotel, maybe you'll get some gear, but it's not like other sports where the top athletes are getting paid to do what they do. So
Yeah.
there's an opportunity out there for point fighters, anybody, any athlete, to get sponsorship from all kinds of stuff. It doesn't have to be martial arts companies. It can be
Yeah.
the donut shop, or not donut shop, but it could be just any company out there. And it really depends on you developing your personal brand, going
your
on
brand.
social media,
Yeah.
posting on Instagram, building that following, networking with other people that are popular on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, collaborating, sharing each other's things so that you grow. It's like this whole strategy to it. It has nothing to do with the fight side of it. It's the business side and the marketing side. But if you concentrate a little bit of effort on that side, and you get yourself up to a sizable influence, then companies are going to want to give you monies and products to have access to that influence that you develop. So
You got to make your brand, and
Yeah.
and just go out there and try to get it. You ain't gonna get it if you're just sitting down wishing and hoping. You got to go out there and get it. But as far as for fighters too, and just competitors, that are really good. Like if you think about it, the top fighters right now, or even forms people, they're fully sponsored. Their hotel, their plane ticket, their entry fee, and if they leave that team, somebody, 6 other teams will want to give them the same deal.
That's good too. Yeah, that's a good point.
But it starts off from hard work and trying to be the best. A lot of times I get guys saying, "Oh, I wish I was on a team so I could compete more." I'm not competing out there because I'm not sponsored. I'm like, how are you going to get sponsored if you're
Right.
sitting at home? Get out there and sacrifice. Like Jody Tension, one of the top fighters of all time. He says that he used to sleep under tables and hotels, and sacrifice. He made a lot of sacrifices to get to tournaments and put that hard work in, and then you get rewarded by sponsorships and all this stuff that comes with it. But you got to put in that work and sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt that tournaments are super expensive on your pocketbook, and to get to a level where you're able to even be considered for a sponsorship, you had to dig deep, and you got to invest a lot of your money. And in your good luck, even breaking even at the end of the day, unless you start doing maybe seminars and stuff. But you have to get to like a high level for that.
Yeah, the easiest way to go and get sponsored is like right now. Think about it, if somebody competes and beats Raymond Daniels, right?
You got to beat the best if you want to be the best.
Give me that guy. I want you right now. Every team's gonna be like that. But it's hard to get to that level where it's the hard work.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, I'm gonna quiz you real quick, Alex. Who? Right now, you can only pick 5 people. I know I'm putting you right on the spot. Who are the top 5 active point fighters? Actually, let's go for it. Just give me 5.
For active this year, I'll say Avery Plowden, and because Avery Plowden's probably 1 and 2. In the United States, I'm saying United States, and we could go around the world.
Let's go around the world.
Yeah, Zoe Marathi. Yeah. Avery Plowden, Kevin Walker, those are probably the really top 3 right there, I would say, that have the winning. And then you got Cam Dawson is looking like a great up-and-comer. Roman, Jack Felton. Man, Jack Felton's up there too. He's just not competing as much. But those would be the active ones right there. Zoe, Avery, Kevin Walker, Tomas, also from Hungary. And that 5th spot, either Jack, Roman, or or Cam, one of those guys. That's what I would say my list. For women, Morgan Plowden, but she's got a knee injury. Gina Thornton, Drew Beatty, Melanie Ortiz, Raylan Perkins just came out back. And, we got to show love to the women, too. I want to see them coming out and fighting as well, and show us the power. But
power.
Yeah, it's power, baby. Yes, it's been a while I haven't said power, but
it's your tagline. I like it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it right there, man. Those are the top fighters right now.
Awesome, man. Good. I'm glad you had some answers. You put that. You did pretty well. You kind of broke my rules of 5. You spit out like 10 people, but
I put out like 7.
Yeah. All right, but that's pretty good. If you did that to me, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I'm not doing that because I'm just gonna get heat. So anyhow, I think our hour's up. We gotta wrap up the show.
Fun.
Alex, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. It was really awesome. I don't get a chance to talk about point fighting that much. It's as you guys know, watching the show, it's not my world. Like I'm not quite as invested in point fighting, so I can bring someone else in and we can chat and share some stuff with somebody that is more about it.
Yeah, good work, man. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for bringing me in. Power, baby.
Power. All right, Alex, thank you. Everybody else, thanks for watching this episode. Stay tuned. Make sure you're part of the Live with Wolfman group on Facebook. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I got Dan Perez. We're going from fighting all the way to tricking. We're switching gears 180. But Dan Perez is an expert. I mean, hands down expert at what he talks about. So I'm excited to have him on the show. I'm out. Alex is out. Peace out.